What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Life's a Dance podcast. I am your host, Trey Coulada. As always, thank you for joining me. Today, we are continuing our journey through the land of love. Specifically, today we are talking about how to attract love in 2025, because I know a lot of you out there are still actively searching for love or the right person for you. And by the end of this episode, you are going to understand very clearly why stopping your desperate search for love is exactly what you need in order to attract it. And you're also going to learn how to change your perspective and your energy in order to finally attract the one for you in 2025, because so many of us have it backwards. And what am I talking about? Well, why is searching for love holding you back from finding it? Because it doesn't even make sense when you say that question, right? Like, you have to search for love in order to find it, or at least that's what most of us believe. But in my opinion, the exact opposite is true. I feel like the minute you stop, and it sounds cliche, so it's like, oh, the minute you stop searching is the minute that you find it. And that's not even always the case either. I think that we're searching in the wrong places, because when you're searching externally for love from a perspective of, I need somebody to fill this void in my life, you are like it's just never gonna happen. At least not in like that true love, true compatibility sense. And I can tell you from personal experience, because that's exactly how it went for me. When I was trying to force love, it was just like anytime I found somebody that I felt liked me, I found reasons to like them back, or I would put up with their bullshit in order to make it seem like, in order to make it work. And it's not to say that you shouldn't put up with somebody's bullshit, but I feel like when we focus on searching for love within ourselves and creating that intrinsic sense of self-love, which I talked about in my last podcast, you naturally attract the right person into your life without it having to feel forced, or like you're making sacrifices, or like you're dealing with a bunch of drama, or there's games going on, or whatever. So I'm going to reflect on my own personal story, because I was married before for, I think, a total of about 5 years, went through my divorce, dated after that. I mean, one person really. And, I just decided that I was going to just take a break. Like, I didn't even want to date, at all. I just was not interested in men whatsoever. I just needed to focus on me, my girls, my career, and that was it. That's all I needed. And it really was, like, from an intrinsic perspective, I really was not looking for anybody to be my person, because I just needed to focus on leveling up myself. So I was in the dance studio all the time. I was focusing on my career. I was spending time with my kids, doing what, I wasn't partying. I wasn't going out. I was just kind of, again, focusing on a healthy lifestyle. And then I decided I was going to go to Burning Man. And turns out that, we had to do these things called build days over at my now husband's house. And, when he first opened the door, well, I guess it was his roommate technically that opened the door. But either way, I walked into the house and you could tell that he was still up for the night before. And I mean, not that I was looking or anything, but me, I was casting judgment. I was like, I don't know, man. If I was a betting girl, like, that wouldn't have been my first choice. We were just in two different separate places at the time, or so I thought. Because I don't think either of us was really looking for a relationship at that time. He, come to find out, because we ended up riding out to Burning Man together, just happenstance, come to find out that, he's in this open relationship, but his previous relationships, his ex-girlfriend and my ex-husband shared a lot of similarities. So we kind of waxed poetic for a while about all these things. And I don't even know how it happened. It was just kind of this magical thing. But completely unexpectedly, like, we ended up falling in love with each other, and the rest is history. But I feel like, just circling back around to the point of searching externally in a desperate way for love is just not going to get you what you ultimately want. Can you find a partner that way? Sure, absolutely. Go on any fucking dating app and you'll be able to find somebody out there that you're willing to put up with, in order to not be alone. But if you're always desperately searching for somebody to fill a gap or for you to not be lonely, then I hate to break it to you, but you're not going to find what you're looking for. You have got to be completely and utterly just confident in yourself and secure in your own self-worth and love before that can also be reflected in the person that you're with and be attracted back to you, if that makes sense. Because Adam and I had a very important conversation in the car that drive out to Burning Man, where he was like, because he's in this open relationship and I'm seeing this person, and I'm allowed to do this and that and the other thing. He's like, because I feel like certain people fill certain voids in your life. And I kind of chuckled because, again, being where I was at mentally, I didn't want to deal with any guy's bullshit. I'm just like, okay, one of these. And I said to him, and not like I necessarily knew any better, but in my opinion, you are supposed to be a whole. You're a whole circle. And the person you are with is a whole circle. And where you overlap is where you make each other better. It's not about filling a void or somebody being, you complete me kind of thing, like from fucking Jerry Maguire, which is where I feel like a lot of us, and God damn it, these movies, they make it seem like they kind of give us this false perspective of what real love is. And what's funny is, like, I feel like the way Adam and I fell in love was kind of like something out of a movie. After it was all said and done, like, if y'all could have just been a fly on the wall on our first date, you guys, it was just literally, I wish that cameras were rolling, because it was just, so kind of cheesy in a way. It was just too perfect. But anyway, back to the point. So I don't think any of those things would have happened or transpired had I not been fully in a place where I didn't need it. I did not need a man. I did not need love in order for me to be happy. I was already happy. And I wasn't going to settle for anything less than something that really made me feel special and made me feel like it was worth pursuing. And I got just that. So I am literally living proof that the minute you let it go, the minute you start focusing on searching, the desperate search for love for yourself, not love outside of yourself, is when those things fall into place. Because I know too many people who are just constantly on dating apps, and then it's like the minute they find somebody that they might have like a mediocre spark with, they force the thing, or, they just, I don't know, try to force a square peg into a round hole. And then ultimately you end up wasting your fucking time. And nobody has time for that anymore. And the thing is we're in such an instant gratification kind of a generation and time now. It's like, I don't know. It's just, you should be able to kind of quickly figure out whether or not something's going to be a fit. But to me personally, it's like, dating it's kind of a bunch of bullshit. I kind of feel like you have to go out there and just wait and be patient. And yes, go out and do things and like find activities that you like to do, and then find other people that like to do those same things so that you can at least share a common ground of some sort. And that's not to say that you can't also have separate lives, because that's also very important. Again, the overlapping Venn diagram circle, right? It can't be all one, all the other, all the time. But the only way you're truly going to attract true love, right, in 2025 is by first focusing on yourself and making sure that you first are happy and fully confident and self-loving to yourself, so that you're just putting out those natural vibes. And trust me, it'll happen. The dudes will come and go, chicks will come and go, but you just really, really, truly have to focus on that self-love first. And if you didn't listen to the last episode, go back, listen to that one. That'll give you a nice primer on how to get that all started. All right? So quit the desperate search for love on the external, on the outside, and start looking inward. What can I be doing to love myself more intrinsically from the inside out? And fuck all these hoes. Like, I'm not trying to fuck with nobody unless it's like really a true and genuine spark, because you deserve that. You don't need to settle. You shouldn't be settling. You shouldn't be fucking with all the drama. We will get into that in yet another podcast episode this month, because that's also important to cover. But for now, let's focus on attracting love from the inside out, okay? It's not about filling a void. It's about finding a whole circle in you, finding a whole circle in the other, and then overlapping those motherfuckers, okay? It's how that's supposed to work, okay? All right, take that for what it is. I love you all. Hope you got something great out of the podcast today. If you did, please like, share. I always enjoy your company, and always feel free to share your thoughts on the subject with me in the comments, because I always want to hear your opinions, and nobody wants to share. So come on guys, I know you're out there. I know you got a fucking opinion. Share it with me. All right, love you. Till next time, let's dance.